Hello, it's Dr. Lisa again with another in my series on information on how to improve your fertility. So today we're going to talk about the hangries in fertility. So you know that sugar isn't good for you. You probably also know that sugar really isn't good for fertility either. One of the things that my patients often ask though is, well, how do I know that I'm specifically being affected? The hangries. I ask all my patients if they get hangry or shaky or feel weird if they don't eat regularly. It's a sign that they don't have blood sugar control. Now, lousy blood sugar control can come from a couple of different places. It can mean that you actually have difficulty controlling your blood sugar levels, or it could also mean that because what you are eating isn't very good for you, your blood sugar levels aren't controlling themselves because what you're eating is making things harder. Women who get the hangries, however, in general, are actually more sensitive to the highs and lows of insulin and what your blood sugar is doing. So what does low blood sugar look like? Well, other than the hangries, you can also feel shaky. You can actually feel nervous or anxious because if your blood sugar levels are crashing, that can make you feel really anxious because your body is like, wait a minute, we don't have enough energy to do what we need to do. Some women actually get sweating or chills or clamminess. They get irritable or impatient. We have another name for the hangries in my house, and trust me, it's not a nice name. Confusion. If you get really shaky and low blood sugar level, you may notice that you're having trouble tracking conversations or you're not following points that people are making in a meeting or things like that. You can get fast heartbeat, you can feel dizzy, you can feel lightheaded, you can get hungry. You can get nauseous. If you get too hungry, you get to the point where you're actually nauseous. Your color may drain from your skin. You might actually start feeling sleepy because your body's just decided that because there's no energy that it's going to shut it down and you're going to go to sleep. In really bad cases, you might get blurred or impaired vision, headaches, coordination problems or clumsiness, nightmares. You may actually get insomnia or wake up during the middle of the night if your blood sugar drops while you're sleeping. So what causes low blood sugar? You're not eating enough. You're not eating regularly. You're eating food that basically is being viewed by your body as sugar, i.e. sugary things. Stress can actually cause low blood sugar because when you're really stressed out, your body increases the amount of cortisol, and cortisol tells your muscles absorb more sugar because we need to do something about what's going on. Doing too much and not fueling your body, that actually happened to my younger son once. He didn't eat well and he spent all day moving furniture out of storage when he was moving into college during his dorm room in college, and he wound up getting really bad low blood sugar levels and had many of the symptoms that we just talked about. So all of these things can cause low blood sugar. Now the question is, how can you manage it? Because honestly, just looking back at that list, it's a lousy set of symptoms. It's like nothing on that list is going to make you feel good. Nothing on that list is going to make your day go well. Nothing on that list is going to do anything for anybody in your life. So how do you manage it so you don't get the hangries? Well, the number one way to manage this kind of hypoglycemia, the hangries, is to eat frequently and make sure that you're actually eating like a carbohydrate, not sugar, carbohydrate, a whole grain carbohydrate with some kind of protein or fat so that you can stabilize, bring your blood sugar levels up and give yourself some energy. You need to actually stabilize the release of glucose into your bloodstream, but make sure that your body has some quick energy that'll get you out of that problem in the first place. Now, the hangries impact your fertility. Low blood sugar, which is what the hangries are, impacts your blood sugar. Remember, if you've looked at my other videos or you've looked at any of my information online at fertilityresetonline.com, you'll remember that your fertility is your health is a pyramid, and fertility is at the top of that pyramid because fertility represents the willingness of your body to put energy and resources into this long-term project that is making a big, getting fertile, or excuse me, getting pregnant, carrying the baby for 9 months, and then raising that baby for the next 18 years. So if your body doesn't believe that there's enough food out there in order for you to maintain your blood sugar level, it's actually going to shut down your fertility. If your body doesn't think there's enough energy and enough food to go around, it will not let you be pregnant. It will divert nutrients and resources away from your fertility, which means ultimately what happens is that low blood sugar, if it's chronic and repeated is the key. Once in a while isn't a problem, but if you're constantly having trouble managing your blood sugar and you're constantly getting the hangries, then you're going to actually interfere with your egg development. Low blood sugar, as we just discussed, releases stress hormones, which also interfere with egg development. Because one of the things that happens is that stress hormones interfere with the way that your body responds to progesterone. So you have both the double whammy of your eggs aren't going to be very healthy, and then when you finally do ovulate one of them, if you're constantly under stress and your body is messing with your blood sugar levels as a result, you're not going to respond to the signal, the progesterone signal that your follicle is, or your corpus luteum is making to tell your body, hey, we need to get ready to be pregnant. And if there isn't enough progesterone, your body will say, oops, clearly we shouldn't be pregnant. So the other thing that happens is when you have low blood sugar levels, your body starts to lose the ability to react well to insulin because you're constantly dropping and spiking and dropping and spiking. So, and that leads to long-term problems, which can eventually turn into PCOS. So keeping your blood sugar level under control is a really important part of optimizing your chances of pregnancy and improving your fertility. If you get the hangries frequently, you're impairing your fertility, and this needs to be something that you address in order to help yourself get pregnant. Thank you for joining me today. Check out my other videos. You can find me on Facebook at Fertility Reset Online. You can find me on Instagram at Acupuncture Lisa OMD, and you can find me on the web at www.fertilityresetonline.com, where I have my courses for helping women improve their fertility naturally. Have a good evening.